What's happening, everybody? It's time for a Sunday afternoon episode of Selling Past Your Expiration Date, being thrifty over 50. I'm your one host, Jay.
I'm Peg, and it's nighttime here in the East.
And together we are JPEG. What is happening, everybody? Back, Selling Past Your Expiration Dates back on Sunday like normal.
Yeah,
what's going on? We got a great show tonight because we were talking about something so important that y'all need to know about. It's the VERO program. If you sell on eBay and you've never heard that term, you're lucky, but you should know what it is because it'll bite you in the ass. Just like that.
Absolutely. For
So
sure.
what's happening, Ma?
Well, Tribe opening day was Friday here in Ohio, and the poor people froze to death. They had a sellout crowd. Got my Tribe shirt on. They had a sellout crowd, believe it or not. They played in 30-degree weather. And today not much better than 36. So every day it's been in the low 30s. And with the wind chill factor, you can see everybody bundled in their snowsuits down at the field. But we took 2 out of 3. We had a homer in the bottom of the 9th inning to put us ahead 3-1 today. And so that was nice. I didn't think we were going to pull that sucker out. So Mommy was excited that, it was Tribe Day. And as all of you know, I'm a huge sports fan. And that's always exciting. And a lot of you know, a lot of you saw my post. We'll talk about it a little bit more later. But yes, today is Big Daddy's and my anniversary, number 54. And holy Toledo, 54. And I'll talk more about that when we get to photo time down the road, okay?
There was a question in the chat. Where's the pink tiki? There it is.
Oh, I miss it, see?
Whoops. Yeah, I was a minute and a half late today. I didn't have the music ready. I didn't have the third computer ready. I was like, but, and here's why. For those of you who have joined the Secret Beach this week, welcome. You are now beachcombers. Some of you are not in yet, and some of the reasons are there was an error in the registration page, which we have fixed, and some of you aren't paying attention to your messages. So if you're watching this show right now and you're supposed to be in, I have messaged you or emailed you, depending. So please, after the show's over, hit me up. I'm pretty close to getting everybody in, but I want to make sure everyone's in. And we have our next webinar for the Secret Beach is coming up this Friday. It'll be Join Jeans with Joy's second Jean webinar for the Secret Beach. So you guys who are signed up, you definitely want to make sure you are in. And for those who haven't signed up, you might have missed my webinars last week. I did 3 one-hour webinars. They were free webinars. And they ran Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of last week. And I wanted to let you know that you can still watch them if you go to jasonthrifts.com. Real easy. And there they are. It is 36 mistakes you must avoid if you're thrifting and flipping on eBay. But it is actually, it's not a marketing ploy. It is actually getting pulled down in 6 hours, 35 minutes, and 2 seconds, and 1 second, and no seconds. 6 hours and 34 minutes and 58 seconds. So make sure to watch them. Get that in your calendar. You got 6 days to watch them. I see people are chatting in the chat, chatting in the chat that people loved the webinars and they were very informative.
Can Mom jump in on here on this?
Oh, sure, Mommy.
Well, I watched them all. I missed the first one. I couldn't watch live, but I watched after the fact. But Mom did watch them all. Even though I knew a lot, you still learn, or it refreshes your memory on an issue. And what you put together, Jason, Mom's so proud of you, honey.
Oh, thanks, Mom.
It takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot. I hope everybody out there appreciates it because it's not just something you do a fly-by-night type thing, but it's just amazing. But I can still learn. Even though you think you know it, you don't know it all. You just don't. And you put together one heck of a program for everybody. And that it was free to your members, that's a really nice thing, Jason. And Mom's really, really proud that you pulled something like that together. I know how swamped you are with everything else. I don't know how you're doing it.
Yeah, it's a lot of crazy work, but it was good webinars. And what I enjoyed the most about doing them, and I put in a lot of long hours getting those done, but I've already seen people, I gave you 36 mistakes you're making as an eBayer and a thrifter, and I said, here's what you need to do to fix them, to right the ship. And I've seen people doing just simple things, like some people had never had best offer on their products, and they're like, geez, Jay, I put best offer on, I got 3 good offers, and I got 3 sales that I would not have gotten. So make sure that if you've not seen them yet, you work 3 hours into your schedule to watch them. And
Yeah.
again, it is jasonthrifts.com. And, one of the things, if those of you watched it, and you'll see this coming up on Thrifty Business this week, but I talk about Bonanza and Trugether. If you have no clue what Bonanza and Trugether are, you need to watch the webinars. But right after we were done with the webinars, I sold an item on Trugether. So see,
yeah, Mom didn't know. I mean, I picked up a lot of things, really a lot of things, and for the newbie especially, I would think that this would be so helpful.
Oh, newbies for sure. But I got to tell you, I have not had anyone who watched, and we had 2,600 people sign up to watch it. I have not had anyone say they didn't learn at least something. A lot of people learn many things, but I don't care how veteran of a seller you are.
Right.
There was stuff to learn. So, like I said, whoops, where'd it go?
Oops.
There we go. It ends in 6 days. They're free to watch, so enjoy, help yourself.
Yeah, I highly recommend. If you have not watched, you definitely should take the time out of your schedule to watch these. They're excellent, you guys. Really well done.
But I did open the Secret Beach, and you will see that at the end of the third one. Secret Beach, for those who don't know, is my subscription-based Facebook group. It's a little bit smaller. It's a lot smaller than the 43,000 in the thrifting board. But what you get is you get a monthly webinar from me each month. You get a monthly webinar from a guest each month. You get bonus YouTube shows and my YouTube shows, how-to videos. We do fun stuff like throw parties in Vegas and take cruises and all kinds of cool stuff. So if that's something you think you might like, make sure to check it out. And you can go to www.thesecretbeach.club to check that out, or just message me on Facebook. I can point you in the right direction. But yeah, those of you who have signed up for the Secret Beach, if you're not in yet and you're watching this, I have messaged you. Just message me back. I'll be getting you in tonight for sure.
Yeah, I know he worked on it all day today. Busy.
Oh yeah. All right, let's talk.
Okay, let's get into
the most important thing is to know is VERO. So before we get into it, I want to see first in the chat, those of you who tuned in live, got a nice big audience today, 146 of you. Huh? How many don't even know what the heck VERO is? So let's start there.
And be honest, you guys. I mean, if you're not familiar with it, just say so we know.
Yeah, I just wanted to know who tuned in today that doesn't know what VERO is.
Okay, so far, nobody.
Well, don't forget, it's 30 seconds behind.
Yeah, so. That's true.
Hang tight, Mommy.
Yeah, well, say everybody?
Suzanne says, unfortunately, I do know. Okay, Eric has no clue. All right, good.
Susan Sanders, okay.
I think I know, okay. Never heard of VERO, good. Okay. Have no clue. All right, good. Well, then, heck.
That's good.
There we go. We're going to have, I'm glad we're doing the show.
Yeah, and it's something we all should know. This is really important in your eBay business.
All right, new question before we get into it. How many know VERO because you got a VERO violation? Hi, that's me.
Oh, me too. If I hadn't heard that, I would probably, Jason, I might not have known about that if I hadn't gotten one.
Yep. So how many have got a violation? And that's how you really found out about VERO. Now, for those of us who have been around for a long time, I've been selling online for 18 years. I've had a few VERO violations in my day. None of them were on purpose, but we're going to talk about that in a second. So VERO stands for the Verified Rights Owners Program. And I'm going to give it to you in a nutshell. Let me explain it to you. Let me make it simple. And then I'm also going to debunk some myths. And I'm going to debunk all the crybabies in the other groups who cry about the VERO program, okay?
What you're doing is terrible. Yeah.
So by law, companies can say to any company selling products, not just eBay, it could be Amazon, it could be Etsy, it could even be Craigslist, it could be Facebook marketplaces. By law, if you are representing a product that really isn't that product, of course, by law, you can't and shouldn't be selling it. No. But if the rights owner reaches out to eBay or to Facebook Marketplace or to Etsy or to Amazon and says, hey, Jason T. Smith is selling a fake good that he's purporting to be our actual product. By law, the marketplace that you're using to list your items has to take it down. They have to.
Right.
They have no other way to go about things but take it down by law. So if you're in any other Facebook group than mine, and why would you want to be? Well, actually, there's a couple good ones. Margaret's International Marketplace is good. Margaret's Jewelry Groups are good. Jeans with Joy. So there are good ones, but the ones that like to complain and whine and cry. If you see any discussion of VERO and you see people pissing and moaning and complaining about eBay, feel free to set them straight. eBay has no dog in that fight and has no opportunity to do anything but to listen to the law. That's what billion-dollar companies have to do. They have to listen to the law. It is not eBay doing it. It is the law doing it now. And we're going to get into this whole thing here in a second here. Is there a recourse for you? Sometimes, yes.
Yes.
Does the recourse always go the way it should? Nope.
Okay.
But please, 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 if you see complaints about eBay, if something got VERO'd, it is not eBay's fault. It is not.
Right.
The company that VERO'd you might have made a mistake, and I'll talk about one that happened to me.
Yep.
But it is not eBay's fault. So let's start right at the beginning.
Okay.
eBay's following the law. Facebook follows the law.
Yep.
Etsy follows the law. And so if Beachbody that owns P90X reaches out and says they can't sell that because it's an illegal copy, they got nothing to do.
Yep.
All right.
Exactly.
So before we get into it, that makes sense. You're not mad at eBay. And if you're selling a legal product, you should be mad at the rights owner. But you can be mad at the rights owner if they had your item pulled and it shouldn't have been. It's the only time you can really be mad.
Right.
And because I've had that happen. I've had things pulled that, whoops. Now, you might not have known. And that's what people say. And I believe 90%.
Mm-hmm.
But just like if you're in the court of law, ignorance of the law is not a defense.
Right. Judge Judy would throw you out.
Exactly. Exactly. So just because you didn't know, I mean, if I didn't know punching someone who was in the face was against the law, there's a few people I might knock out.
Right.
But just because if I didn't know the law, just because I knocked them out doesn't mean I can go in front of a judge and go, well, I didn't know.
Right. Right.
So VERO is the same way. If you sell illegal products, even if you thought they were legal, you're going to have a problem. Now, you get one little VERO spank, ain't no biggie. But when you get a VERO spank, you have to be extra diligent for a while.
Yes.
You get 2 VERO spanks in a row, you could dig in your grave at this point.
Exactly. Yeah. That could be tough on you. Real tough.
All right. So Mom's got some of the points, and I'm going to fill in as we go here.
I've kind of did a little more homework to go a little more in depth with this. One of the very first thing is what happened to my listing. Jason really kind of covered that. It got pulled because you were illegally, using infringement on logos or their trademark or their name or fake product, whatever the case might be. So those are some of the reasons of, your listing disappearing. What are some of the reasons? And this is almost the same thing. My listings may have been reported is trademark infringement, such as using the word onesie or Velcro. We can't use those. Those are big no-nos.
All right, so let's pause there because, excuse me, that one, both those get people messed up all the time.
Yep,
so
all the time.
Here's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
My mom said the word onesie. You all have a picture in your head. Well, onesies are pajamas with legs and sometimes feet and sometimes not. Gerber, the brand Gerber, owns the term onesie and they diligently protect it. So if you have, let's say, Nick and Nora pajamas with feet, you cannot call that a onesie, even though in our head, here's the problem. When brands become ubiquitous, like you don't photocopy something, you Xerox it. You don't ask for a tissue, you ask for a Kleenex. You don't make gelatin, you make Jell-O no matter the brand. That's the problem. Brands become ubiquitous with the actual item. So onesie became ubiquitous with pajamas with feet. Well,
right.
if it's a Gerber pajamas with feet, then you're good to go. Anything else, it'll get pulled so fast your head will spin.
Yeah, those two especially. I think
Velcro's the other one. It's hook and loop if you don't know for sure it's Velcro.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because I've had a few items that are Velcroed, and if I hadn't heard that, Jace, Mom wouldn't have known. I just would have assumed I could use that, not knowing that was definitely an infringement. So those are probably two of the most common ones, don't you think?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So next question. Let's go to, why was my listing removed when there are other listings just like it? Well,
Hey, Bob, do me a favor. Angle your camera up a little bit. We're no, the other way, so we can see more of you, Ma. There you go. Much better.
You couldn't,
Too much Indians and not enough mommy.
Sorry.
All right.
All right. So you may see items that are similar to your listing but haven't been removed. There are a few reasons that this could happen. There might be a difference between your listing and the others that isn't as obvious, so it just didn't get caught. So that can possibly happen. And an intellectual property rights owner may have reported your listing as allegedly infringing, but hasn't yet reported the other listing. So that can happen as well.
Yes, there is somebody's job at all these major companies, especially the ones that are diligent about their brands, that it's their job. It's a human's job, or more than one human, to keep their eyes on all the marketplaces. So you can't say, well, 3 other people have it up. When you're a teenager and your parents say, well, Buzz did it too. Same thing. Well, Buzz is doing it. Why aren't you yelling at him?
Exactly.
They'll get to it. But also what happens is people who are unscrupulous, who try and sell fake or counterfeit goods, will do a quick one-day buy it now at a reasonable price. They'll get it sold. And it might get pulled after the fact. But if you've already gotten the money, they could come after you still. But obviously we recommend never doing that, because why put your, some of us, this is our sole business. Why put your business at risk?
You do want to stay in business, don't you? That's just the bottom line, Okay, another question. Will my fees be refunded? Possibly. If your listing was removed because of a policy violation, they will look into that, depending on, if you violated it and you've had violations in the past. If you've had violations in the past, they might not be so applicable to refund. But if it's your first offense, more than likely they will probably refund you.
Yeah, and like I said, I've had many. When I say many, maybe 6, 8, 10, but I've been on for 18 years, so less than one a year, no big deal. Had I had 6, 8, 10 in a year, I wouldn't be on the platform anymore. No. So you got to pay attention. Now, sometimes, what I was going to add to this is, when you get a listing pulled, whether it be for VERO or other reasons, because there are other reasons that eBay will pull your listing, it's gone. It ain't coming back. You can't retrieve it. That's another reason why I love having a third-party lister, because all my information is still in InkFrog. The listing's still there. So if there was an error on the rights owner's behalf, and I can communicate with them and show them they had an error, then it'll be easy for me to relist it. If I don't use a third-party lister, I have to create it from scratch again. So it's another reason I like having a third-party lister. Not that I'm ever hoping to get in problem with a VERO, but anytime anything gets pulled, I still have it if I can get back to it legally.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's good to know. It also says here, what if I think the rights owner made a mistake in reporting my listing, which you kind of just hit on. If you think your listing was reported and you believe it was removed in error, you contact the rights owner right away. eBay, when they send you the email, they give you that information. They give you, the rights owner and the contact information, so you are able to contact them. So that's a good feature. So if you think it was a mistake, go ahead and contact them and let them know, and then they should email eBay to retract the report.
Now there is a window where they have to reply. If they don't reply, the rights owner, to you, then you can have a chit chat with eBay again and say, hey man, although I got pulled, the rights owner didn't reply to me, and it is not a guarantee you can get it back, but there is still a discussion to be had. But remember too, say you got a VERO and maybe it's legit, maybe it's not, and are you going to spend an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours on a $12 item? Make sure that the time involved to call any type of customer service, make sure it's worth their time. I can't tell you how many people, we're seeing, they're like, I have drawn my line in the sand, I'm going to stand up for myself. And then when it's all, I've been on the phone for 3 hours with eBay, and then we're like, how much is this product you're trying to sell? $12? What? What?
Oh, well, now you kind of went answered this, Jason, but I'm going to throw this one out there again. Can I relist my item? It says, if your listing was removed, of course, don't relist it without finding out why. If your listing was removed due to the way it was described, in image or text, you can edit your listing to remove the contact in question and relist. So there is, you can fine tune it. So you're not using onesie or Velcro, just those lines.
Now, Heather brought up something good. It wasn't a Vero thing, the reason you got it removed, Heather. Heather was using the word ivory as a color. Oh. And eBay pulled them because the automated bot, and this is where it isn't a human person, thought she was selling ivory, which is fine. But I'll tell you, for the most part, no one's searching the color ivory. I would do that in your item specifics, not in your title. Right. But eBay said she did say eBay listened to her. Now we have a couple questions that Debbie is compiling. Hello, Debbie. Thank you. Lillian says, "How do you know it's Velcro?" Well, if you can see anywhere where it says Velcro on it, then you're free to say Velcro. If you can't, and for the most part, just don't worry about it. Hook and loop is fine.
Yeah. I mean,
Velcro got real protective in the last year. It's kind of nutty, actually, because that one I don't understand, because usually their products aren't by themselves. And so usually they're part of a product. And so for them to go so hardcore after people, I'm sure there's a good explanation from their end. I can't figure it out.
Yeah. Well, moving on. Can eBay verify my item? No, they can't. Plain and simple, everybody. They're not the expert in the intellectual property rights of the third parties. So this is why we urge you to contact the rights owners directly. So they cannot do that.
And I see a lot of people having a problem with the color ivory, even though this isn't really a Vero discussion. But yeah, it's always going to happen. And, if you complain to eBay, and when I say complain, call in and have a discussion. When eBay was young, the word bootleg typically means not a legitimate product. There was a lot of bootleg music. Some is okay, like the Grateful Dead allowed you to bootleg their concerts. They actually had a special section you could stand in to record them. However, there are some legitimate CD releases that they decided to use the word bootleg in the title, and eBay used to pull all those. And I had to teach eBay that bootleg doesn't always mean that it's actual bootleg. Some artists think they're funny, and they make their own bootlegs, which are legit releases. Now, on that note, for those of you who are my older crew, and I see some of you in the audience, if you're a Pink Floyd fan, you might or might not know this. Pre being called Pink Floyd, they were called the Screaming Abdabs. And there was a point where Pink Floyd wanted to release a live album, and their record label said, no, we don't want a live album right now. And they really wanted to. So they struck out on their own and released their own live album under the moniker Screaming Abdabs. And the only and the cover was a bunch of pictures, kind of like a collage. And the only reason you knew it was Pink Floyd, if you were not well versed in the Screaming Abdabs, was the middle picture was Floyd the Barber from Andy Griffith, and he was pink. Pink Floyd. So, although weird situation, it was a legit release. Well, eBay pulled it and said it wasn't a legit Pink Floyd. Now, luckily, I am friends with Griff, who is eBay's 6th employee, who still works for eBay, and he is well familiar with Pink Floyd and the Screaming Abdabs. So he helped me. Now, you're all not going to have a longtime eBay employee in your Rolodex like I do, but I used what I had, and they listened to Griff and went, oops. Now, the problem was I had it at auction because it's a rare record. And when I relisted at auction, I lost some of the bidders, and I sold it for less than it was already at the other time. So I lost money because someone at eBay was not well educated enough, but crap happens, move on.
That's right. I mean, we can't dwell on it. We've said that so many times, really. You have to move on. It says, let's see. Why didn't eBay contact me before removing my listing? They have to take it down immediately. I mean,
well, how are they going to contact you before? Yeah. Like I said, and I'm going to answer this like you're getting a question. You're just reading from the page. Like I said, the second the rights owner says, remove this, it's mine, it's got to go.
Yep. I say, I bought this item on eBay, but why wasn't it removed if it was a Vero item? Which can happen. Unfortunately, there are times when listings aren't removed because the rights owner has not reported them. So that happens.
Well, and the other thing that could happen too, companies have to get into the program. They have to contact eBay from their end. It's a whole process. They got to fill out their forms, prove who they are, prove it's their brand, their design, whatever it is, and then they're in the program. eBay would not exclude anybody, but if you have ever gotten a note, a cease and desist not through the VERO program, that you can just ignore. There is a way to go about it. And if someone's going to try and bully you, and it has happened to me,
Yep.
you just ignore that. If you're afraid still, feel free to pop on the thrifting board. We'll all walk you through it. But the only legit way is through VERO. I've had members of bands write me. I've had lawyers write me. I've had people who say that I can't sell his music because that was their great grandma and this wasn't a legit release. And I tell them very nicely, I will be happy to remove it if you go through the proper channels to have it removed. I'm not listening to some stranger who just emailed me. I don't know you.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like your type.
All right, we've got this one. How can I retract a report I made? If you've reported a listing in error, you can submit a retraction by emailing the listing information to the VERO team at vero@ebay.com. So that's pretty simple.
Yep. All right, let's take some actual questions from the chat, Ma.
Okay, that sounds good.
We got quite a few there.
Right, let's do it.
FedEx uniforms are another one that you cannot sell. If you find vintage like FedEx and UPS stuff, that's okay, but you got to know it's vintage. Anything current you cannot sell. Same with the USPS uniforms.
Yep.
Trying
to see if there's anything else.
So Kara Cooper was trying to sell a clownfish Mylar balloon. If you don't know what a clownfish is, think Nemo and Finding Nemo. She used Nemo in the title, and since it wasn't a Nemo product, nor a Disney nor Pixar product, she said it wasn't VERO, but it was pulled. Yes, don't use words that attract. And the whole thing is, so my friend Kari, and I don't know if she's watching, but she was in the live chat earlier. She's new to selling on eBay. She had a knockoff purse. It was a good knockoff, and she listed it as a knockoff. And Kari is a very smart woman, but she's new to this. And in her head, well, I said it was a knockoff. And I said, when I put it this way, she understood. I said, Kari, if I take a kilo of cocaine and say I'm selling a kilo of powdered sugar, can I? And she goes, I understand now. Now, on that note, selling cocaine and selling fake Gucci purses are the same level of illegality. So don't think yours is any less than selling cocaine. It really isn't.
Right.
Because illegal goods is a huge problem worldwide, and it's a big deal. And so you don't ever want to do that. Why do you think certain car companies do not file VERO complaints even when their items are being mass produced like crazy? Toyota, Nissan, etc. Some companies don't care. Some companies got bigger fish to fry. You know, some companies just want to focus on what they're doing. They're not so worried about it.
Trying to see if I see anything more.
Another reseller on YouTube is reporting that a number of resellers have been shut out of listings in the clothing category because of interventions by Nike about misrepresentations of brand new. So I'm not so sure if that's a VERO thing, but yeah, if you're saying brand new and it ain't, Nike's very protective of their product. So you don't want to. Beachbody that owns the PX90 and Rosetta Stone, they'll VERO you, but they're a little bit different. They've set it up for no one can resell their products because it is fake so often. There is more fakes of Rosetta Stone and PX90 than there are legit. So they've just figured it out how to say no one can sell our stuff. So don't even try it.
Right.
Oh, see, this is great. MT Nesty said, I had a Zippo lighter pulled because I was selling internationally, and Zippo said I could relist without international sales. They were very nice. Yes, some products have different issues in different countries. Sometimes international is a no-no, and domestic's okay. Zippo is one of them. Jason, I had a vintage Pokemon toy pulled because it was called back in the day. So recalled is way different than VERO. Again, just because you didn't know doesn't mean it's okay. You know, jarts are illegal to sell. If you know what jarts are, the lawn darts that we as the kids would throw up in the air and then wait till the last second to dodge out of the way. But some of us got killed. The dumb ones got killed. So they made lawn darts illegal. So illegal is a little bit different than VERO. But yeah, if something got recalled, even if you didn't know it, your listing is going to get pulled. And don't relist recalled products ever. And don't even try and sell recalled products on other platforms. It's not good for you.
This one is coming up a few times, Jason. Kara Cooper started it. There used to be a list of VERO products? I do see a list that's a pretty extensive company list on eBay's website. Yeah, I saw that too, and I said, "Oh, I'm not gonna," you know.
Yep. So if you go to the Verified Rights Owners Program on eBay, you will see just tons and tons of companies. You can break it down by alphabet. Someone brought up Hard Rock Cafe. Yes, there are so many fake Hard Rock Cafes all throughout the world, especially in all the little Mexican towns. It better have the Hard Rock Cafe label or it is not legit.
Right. I mean, anytime I'm sure a lot of you do this out there, but if I am listing a Hard Rock Cafe shirt or Margaritaville or whatever, I mean, I will show the tag,
Oh, yeah.
out of his deuce, just so everybody knows that you're on the up and up.
Can Amazon merge t-shirt sales and roll as VERO to protect your designs? That's a good question, Angela, and I saw Debbie bring it up too. I have no idea, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
But I'm not 100% sure. But that's a good question.
Shabby chic used to be a big no-no. I don't know if it still is.
Yep, shabby chic is owned by, I used to remember, it's a term that's owned by somebody, so you can't use it. So let me see if this link will work in the, okay, chat, and nowadays the chat is saved. In the chat is the link for the list of the VERO brands. So there you go, makes it easy.
It's nice that the chat is now available.
Saw a listing with a copy of an Amazon listing as their only photo, but the term item was pre-owned. How's that? Okay, Deb, I would need to know more and see it. You're not giving me enough information to answer that because I would need to know. I would need to see that listing. If you can find that listing, feel free to send it to me on Facebook. I'll absolutely take a look and tell you what I think about it. Harley Davidson, make sure it's a Harley Davidson product.
Right. Tina says she uses French country instead of shabby chic. So
yeah, that works.
That's a nice alternative. Yeah, I like that.
The Veranda File says Nike is apparently buying from listings and checking things. That's probably true. And Heather says Louis Vuitton attorneys contacted me for selling a fake Louis. I removed the listing, but eBay didn't contact me. Again, Louis would be in the VERO program. So
yes,
those Louis attorneys could be one of your competitors posing as Louis attorneys. So make sure it's always coming through eBay.
Right.
I hear if you have an anchor store, they will warn you that you're about to list a VERO. I doubt that because if eBay had that ability, they would stop anyone from listing anything illegal. Plus, those of us who list third party, unless it's built into InkFrog, they would not know either. Oh, Shabby Chic belongs to Rachel Ashby. All right, so I want to show you one thing before we jump off the VERO topic. Thank you all for tuning in live. We got a big audience, and I think we just scratched the surface. So I definitely think this could be a two-parter.
Yeah, I think so too. Maybe they need to compose more questions, and we can almost do a Q&A.
Yeah. So let's do this. Let's make this a two-parter 2 weeks in a row.
Okay.
Because I really think we only scratched the surface, but we got to get to your haul and your thing, and I got to get more people added to the Secret Beach. And I got a class coming up I'm going to talk about that. I got to do some work for that. But I wanted to show you a product. Had my assistant been not astute to noticing the error, I could have had 3 different people VERO me because I have a product that is 3 branded.
Oh, wow.
Very rare to have the 3 branded product. And it looks good. If you remember, these are Adidas jeans, but they're made by Lucky Jeans.
Yep.
Or excuse me, Diesel. Diesel made these Adidas jeans, and these are Married to Posh Spice. My boyfriend, what the hell's his name?
Oh, the soccer player?
David Beckham. Sucks getting old.
Yeah. These
are David Beckham, Adidas, Diesel jeans. 3 brands. Well, there is a misspelling on one of the words somewhere in here, and my assistant caught it. But I mean, because this looks so good because of all the doodads and stuff. But when we looked at other ones online, they aren't misspelled, but mine is. And this is crazy. I mean, they've even got the pockets done.
Amazing.
One of the words is misspelled right here. And so as soon as I saw that, I could gamble and throw them up. But man, I ain't taking that gamble ever. Ever.
Oh my goodness gracious.
All right. So what I'm going to do is make myself a note right now because I am getting old. I keep forgetting stuff.
Oh, welcome to Mom's World.
All right. Next week, this time work again for you, Mom?
Yeah, I like evening, actually.
Okay. So here's the deal. I will get up the post for next week's episode tonight or tomorrow morning.
Okay.
And I want your questions about VERO. Plus, this will give us time to go through the questions. And like Deb, who had this one listing, find that listing, pop it in the post for the show. So we will do, and there's some new, I ain't never done this before. We'll do a double Vero show in a row. So we'll cover the rest of it next week, but we'll go through all your questions.
Yeah.
Please have watched this episode and don't ask questions that we've already answered. That'd just be a waste of your time. And we ain't going to answer them again. We answered them once. Whoops.
I know some of the people are I can see in the chat, they're overwhelmed a little bit already, and I can understand that. I mean, it just, especially if you're new, but even if if you're not even familiar with Vero, this is probably a lot to take in. So rewatch the show.
And I'll see if I can find it. I couldn't find my prop, and I think it's here somewhere. So I'm going to tease it for next week. Here's how you do. Here's the master of the tease. I got Vero'd, and I could prove to the company that they were wrong, and they still wouldn't listen to me. But guess what? I just rolled on. So if I can find the product, I'll show you. If I can't, I can find a picture, and I'll talk about it. And I'll show you how I knew that them Vero and me was wrong. But who was ever in charge of responding was too new to the company. And this was from the day the company started. And I just couldn't fight it because he wasn't listening, or she, could be she.
Right.
And at that point, it was a $20 item. I'm like, all right, I'm moving on. I don't got time for more $20 items. So tune in next week because I will absolutely talk about that one and how they were wrong and how I knew it, but I just had to move on. I didn't have time.
Right. So so definitely post your questions on the link, everybody, so that we can compile them and get them together and have some answers for you. Okay. And
I'll change the title of this episode to Vero Part 1, and we'll do Vero Part 2 next week. All right. You guys like that idea?
I hope.
Yeah.
we do.
All right. So real quick, speaking of learning. Hang on. Where?
Whoop.
Well, what I'm looking. There we go.
There you go.
Okay. St. Louis, I'm coming to you. Less than 2 weeks. I'll be there for 2 classes. And the way that my classes work, excuse me, we do 2 classes, one in a thrift store and one in a classroom setting in a conference room in a hotel. And next April 20th and 21st, I'm coming to St. Louis. The 20th is the thrift store class, where we'll spend 3.5 hours in the thrift store hitting almost every single section, teaching you what's good and, more importantly, what's bad. And this time I have my friend Kim Gordon as my co-instructor. And what's nice when I have 2 instructors, me and another instructor, we can go back and forth and there's no downtime. I start you in a section, and while we're starting, Kim is prepping the dress section. Then I'll hand you off to Kim. Then I'll go to the CD section. I will scan every single CD. And then when you're done with Kim's dresses, and what we do is we find the good and the bad and explain to you what's good and bad and give you guys all the good stuff to buy. Then you come over to me in CDs, and I'm going to go extensively over how to scan CDs and what you're looking for. By the way, I sold 3 CDs this weekend, or I sold more than 3, but 3 that I spent $25 on turned into $200. They're out there. They're easy to be found. So we're going to talk extensively. So while I'm teaching you CDs, Kim's prepping shoes. I'll hand you off to Kim. And while she's doing shoes, I'm prepping plush and toys. So you get 3.5 hours of non-stop learning. Now, there's only 1 or 2 spots left for the thrift class. So go to classwithjason.com right now for if you're anywhere near the St. Louis area. And hey, don't be afraid to invest in your business. If you got to drive a little bit and spend the night with us at the hotel, we had a grand time in the last 2 cities with people in the hotel who decided to stay over. We had dinners, we had tiki cocktails, we had a blast. So that is Friday. On Saturday, the 21st, it is a 4.5 hour classroom class where I teach everything soup to nuts, A to Z. I teach you the bolos you should be looking for through taking quality photos, the tools on your smartphone to help you in the field, how to list it, all live demonstrations, and how to ship. And that's the point where I see most people have problems. Yep. Every class I've taught this year, I showed the entire range of priority boxes that the USPS gives you, and not one person in any class knew about every box. And they're just there on their website. It's easy to get them.
I probably don't. It'll probably be something good for mom to see.
And it is a tax write-off. This is education for your business. It is a tax write-off, but always check with your accountant. But Class with Jason, we have about 8 spots left for the classroom class and 1 or 2 spots left for the thrift class. And when you go to the website, you'll see this. Now, it is $149 for in the thrift store training with 2 instructors, and $129 for the classroom class. But if you want both of them, we cut you a deal for $199 for both. And I have not had one person not tell me they didn't get their money's worth.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. And I know we've said this before, especially when you go thrifting, probably the things you're going to find will more than pay for your class, you know?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And, you'll see other people having these classes. They'll charge way more money than I'm charging, but I'm bringing you a bonus instructor. I'm bringing you the fun. On the classroom class, we start you with coffee and donuts in the morning. So it's a good time. So and if you have any questions, hit me up. But like I said, just a couple spots left. So get there. Yes. All right.
Okay. Moving on.
Let's get right to Mama's Boy, where each week I show you a picture of me, usually as a kid or a teenager, mostly embarrassing. Here's one of them embarrassing ones. So most of you know me like this. Here's my sophomore year. Are you ready? I'm going to watch a chat because I'll just wait for the reactions. There's my sophomore year. I am 15 or 16 years old right there.
Yeah. You like it?
I played football, and I thought, of course, all of us took our pictures in our football jerseys, and I thought my Coca-Cola rugby shirt would be the best underneath my football jersey.
Oh, yeah. I like the hair, though, with a little mullet kind of going down the back.
I guess I never thought I had a mullet. It was more of a spike thing, but yeah, my hair was kind of long in the back, and, yeah, Chris said, jock Jason. Yes, I was a jock for 1 year until I hurt my back.
Yeah.
I played football for 1 year.
Bad ever since, honey.
Angela said, never in a million years would I recognize you. Yeah, this was very much in shape, Jason, because we were in the weight room hours every day. We were doing plyometrics. I loved playing football until I screwed my back up. It was a lot of fun.
Right.
And then recently we added, that's my mom. I might as well show embarrassing photos of my mom too. However, this one's not so embarrassing because today is my mom's 10th anniversary.
10th?
I'm only 9 years old. Look at this beard I'm rocking.
Oh, Lordy.
Yeah. And look at that. Here's my folks on their wedding day.
Hey, Daddy and Mama. Well, Jason, I did something for you even that he doesn't know that this is happening today. Like he got me last week on April Fool's Day. I'm still going to kill you on that one. Anyways, I dug out something very vintage. Mother still has her original peignoir outfit.
What the hell's a peignoir?
Oh my God, I'm teaching my son something new. He doesn't know what a peignoir is.
My mommy's showing me her nightie. I know it.
Yes, this is a peignoir. It's a nightgown and the over robe that goes over it. And this is what I wore on my wedding night. And I can still get into it. I was shocked. So I thought you would enjoy that. Mom has saved it. It is now 54 years old.
Yeah, thanks, Ma Deuce. Ma Deuce just said, think sex, Jason. No thanks.
What? How do you think
thanks.
How do you think you got here?
Immaculate conception, I'm sure of it.
Yeah. The problem is Jason could be in his 50s if Mom and Dad knew what they were doing.
Mom and Dad didn't have me until they were 29. So
yeah, we were. We got married. I was 20. I didn't have Jason until I was 28. So yeah. Well, Dad was 29. Big Daddy got drafted, and he was gone for 2 years, and during the Vietnam push. So things changed, and after he came home, it took me a couple of years to get pregnant with Jason. In fact, I was taking fertility pills, and luckily, I only had one of you. 2 could have been tough.
All right, so you learned something about the VERO program, or you laughed at my photo, or you went to my mom's photo, and you're going to enjoy the rest of the show, please give us a thumbs up. We got over 200 people watching live. Hey, everybody. We only got 69 thumbs up right now, so do us a favor and give us a thumbs up. And if you're new, this is the kind of stuff that we talk about each week. We take a topic and we just kind of break it down, and now we're going to see what my mom scores her sales for the week, and then the cool stuff she found thrifting. And we do this every week. And please subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed before. All right, Mom, let's go over your scores real quick so we can get to your haul.
Before we get into that, I just would like to really thank everybody for all the happy anniversary wishes on Facebook and in the chat today, everybody. You guys are just so kind and so wonderful. I love you all. So thank you so much. Okay, let's go to the scores. Okay, Melissa and Doug, if anytime you see Melissa and Doug items, they have a wide variety, of toys and things for children. They always sell well. This was one of Mom's 25-cent pickups at a garage sale. And I know it's not a huge sale, But for me, from a quarter to $10, that's a decent sale. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like to fool with $10 items, but I still like that. But I'm just pointing out Melissa and Doug definitely all the way.
Yep.
Department 56. This had been around for such a long, long time, and finally I got someone interested. I had only paid $1 for the 3 pieces. I sold off all my big pieces of Department 56. They went very quickly. Those of you who would like to pick up Department 56 pieces, the ones that sell the quickest, at least did for me, was Halloween. I could have sold 1 million of them of Halloween pieces. They just went as fast as can be. The Christmas ones can go, but they just don't bring as much money. So that's just a little bolo for you out there.
Oops. Now, funny enough, oops, I didn't have the right window up. My bad. I don't think I was showing any of those. Hold on.
That's all right.
I just realized mom in her 90 was still on. My bad.
Yeah, it's okay.
I was so distraught.
Yeah, right.
All right, so there's the puzzle. Very sorry. Okay, puzzle, $10 cute. Here is the village. Okay, very cute. And then on a day we're talking about Vero, my mom goes, "Oh, I sold a Dooney and Burke purse." And I said, "Ma, are you sure it was legit?" And here's my mother's response.
Are you ready, folks? She told me it was at the garage sale. She says she buys all originals. So I took the word for granted.
So my mom's proof that this Dooney and Burke purse was real was the lady in her garage.
But I did do some checking. I mean, it had because I went online to look at this, and it had all of the like the zipper pull with the name and the inside and the leather and so forth and so on. So I felt confident, and haven't heard anything back so far. Anyway,
but Dooney and Burke's one of those ones you gotta
Yep.
Some brands get faked quite often, and some don't. Dooney and Burke's one of the ones that gets faked quite often.
Yeah. We sold the water ski, a single. This was a slalom that we had up for sale, you guys. And you want to show those pictures now, Jason, or no? Of the
no.
Come back to that. Okay, we can come back to that later. But we continue to do that, and we do shrink wrap our water skis and slap on the label, and pretty much away they go, everybody. And I bought that water ski, everybody, for $3 and sold it for the 43. So this is just something that I've had in my Southwestern collection, is old barbed wire, and I probably could have got more for it, but I'm just kind of happy to see some of these pieces go. So this was just something that I haven't. But old barbed wire usually does bring some decent prices. But I put this up cheap and just wanted to sell it, and in a way it went for the $15. Now, if you should remember, I showed this on the haul last week, and it was broken. And Jason says, "No, Mom, put these up. You people are looking for this." So this was something that we paid. Let's see, where's my little thing here? Where did I go to? Oh, here it is. Okay, I paid like 50 cents. And the person actually paid the $19.95. I thought, well, I'll take anything, because it kind of worked. Some of it turned and the wheels went around, but I guess broken items sell, guys. People looking for parts or whatever. And I had really good luck with a couple of scrubs. This was a Pink Panther one that I sold for $18.99, and I paid $2 for that one. And Kitty with the horoscopes, I paid $2 for that one and sold it for $14.99. So 2 really good sales on the scrubs. Went to Hidden Harbor Tiki Bar a week ago and bought some mugs. And this particular mug cost me $40, and I actually sold it for $200, Chase, not the $250.
Right.
Yeah. So I sold that for
$40 to $200. Flipping tiki mugs. See, you ain't flipping tiki mugs yet. You're missing out.
I bought more than one, so the other one is up, and we'll see how we do. But it already paid for my cocktails and paid for all the mugs and the whole all of that. So the rest will be about. And we did add the extra little goodies. I thought that would attract people rather than just the plain mug. So we had the swizzles and the postcard and the matches. So yeah, so that was a nice one. Oh, my jogging suit. I'm telling you guys, I talked about this before. This was something I had thrifted not too long ago, the 2 jogging sets that I showed you. And I sold one. It happened to be my sale weekend when I had my sale going. The jogging suit, I paid $250 and sold that for $62.99. So the old vintage jogging suits, they seem to do really, really well. So I wouldn't pass any of those up if they're reasonable enough. And I showed this on my haul, and sold the vintage hair dryer. And where are you, little sucker? We paid like 50 cents for that, and that happened to be in the sale. And it was one of those that went on sale, Jason, when I didn't want it to. How it automatically goes. So I got the 1679 out of it, which wasn't awful, you know, but it just went real quick. And oh, this came with a sob story from the lady. You know how they do. They I had this one and it broke and it belonged to my mother and so on and so on. And you know, I did not sell it for $50, everybody. Let's see, where is that little sucker? I sold that for $29.99, but I only paid $1 for it. So it was still a good
of course you did.
Yeah, it was still a good sale. And oh yeah, this is part of my haul. we just went thrifting on Friday. I've already sold the typewriter right here. So, you know, we bought it for, oh, let me see if I got it on here. I mean, I barely had time to, you know, get the ink dried, Jason. We bought it for $1.50, and I sold it. Actually, we sold it for 42, I think. Okay, so there's that one. That went quickly. What else do we have down there? Oh, the chocolate cardinals. Is that next, or what do you got, honey? Yeah. Dad thought I was nuts for buying these. I said, no, this is vintage chalkware, hon. This is, you know, he didn't realize it was chalkware, and that sold immediately. We paid $1.50 for that. It was hanging on a doorknob in a bedroom, and I pulled that beauty off really quick. I mean, this was just Friday, Jace, so that's how quick it. You know, we sold those, and those went really, really quick. So for $1.50, and I sold it for $20, I think, Jace, on that one.
All right, let me see your haul.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, we don't have a whole lot of time. Can you see this back here?
Yep. Okay.
Mom found this show lamp at this estate sale yesterday, and it came with the old wicker thing.
Nice.
Personally, I'm keeping this because I still have 2 Southwest lamps on either side of our bed upstairs, and it was $35. But what I want to let everybody know, these sell for big money. So if you do run across them and they are inexpensive, between the lampshade and the hat, that's about a $150 lamp, everybody. I mean, I know they're heavy to ship, but they do sell and they bring good money. So I recommend those, okay? All right, so let's do that. Okay. Jason, when we went uptown to the White Barn, you know, I talked with our friend and she did give me a discount of 30%.
There you go.
So Mom found these.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and these are the Carolina company. So they are the blow molds, everyone. And I know it's past Easter, but a pair of these just sold for $145. And nice. I paid $14 after the discount. So definitely, you guys, don't pass up your blow molds. They always bring good money, always. And we just sold this, Jason, but I kept it out and told Dad don't wrap it up yet. This I picked up for $1.50. And it's one of those Corona, you know, plastic banks.
What'd you sell it for?
God, I just sold it. Wait a minute. Let me see here. Did I write it down? It went so fast, I don't even think I wrote it down.
All right, I'll find it. You keep going. I'll find it.
I think $29.99. See if you can find it.
There you go. Mom schooled me. I passed that at the garage sale yesterday. That was vending ad. And then I saw a dude walking past me with it. I go, oh, should I have bought that? And then what are the chances you sold one? Yes. And I had this conversation with myself yesterday.
Yeah, do not pass those up. In fact, we had a basket of stuff going, and that was laying across the top, and everybody kept wanting to, you know, grab that out of my basket. So don't ever pass those up, okay? All right, here's a little. Oh, do you want me to talk about the water ski real quick?
Oh yeah, so yeah, I got the pictures up.
Yeah, there's the pictures, you guys. You know, I just want to show you how Big Daddy packages it up. As you can see, we shrink wrapped it first. On the one bottom there, he wanted to protect the what's the fin? The fin, I guess, it goes in the water.
Yeah.
So he put some cardboard around that, and then we taped it up, and then we just, you know, as you can see, we just shrink wrapped the whole thing. He put some reinforcement tape around it. We slapped on the label. Out it went. So you do not have to box up skis, everybody. And I know a lot of you have bought water skis since Jason and I have talked about it so much. So, you know, just wrap them. Just wrap them and away they go. As you can see on that part, we kind of flattened down the rubber part so it doesn't stick up. So we push it down and then shrink wrap real tight around that. So hopefully that'll help you guys. Okay. All right. Did we get them all, I think, on that? Okay. Then I found a miniature one of these, Jace. You know, it was sitting up on the shelf.
Yeah, baby one.
I know, for $1.40, and I'm going to put this up for 25 bucks. These do sell, believe it or not. A lot of them like to use them for their dolls, you know. So that's that. It's a miniature peacock chair, everybody, in case you don't know. We really found some gorgeous ashtrays, Jace. You know, vintage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Now this one is also for a pipe. The pipe goes here, and the cigarettes go here. And this is a Stanford Sebring, Ohio, and it is stamped on the back. And I don't think you can make it out, but the stamp is there. And I'm putting all of the ashtrays, and I'm going to show you guys. And these were $1. I'm putting up for $25 to $30. Look at this boomerang atomic one, Jason. I think this is
very cool.
Isn't that pretty? There's a very faint marking on the back. You probably won't be able to see this one, but it says USA 209. So I thought that was absolutely gorgeous. Really like that one. This one is staying in my household.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I got that one.
Yeah, see, I don't have the one for the pipe, Jay.
It's pretty unique. So if you hold it up, it says Hawaii that way. And then if you turn it around, it also says Hawaii the other way, too.
The other way, yeah. Mom did not have this. So that one's staying around the household.
Yeah, I know my ashtray. You know, it's funny. One time someone said, I said, why don't you put some of those ashtrays that you like on display? And she goes, well, I don't smoke. I go, yeah, so? Well, I don't want to encourage people to smoke. I go, and I said to her, I go, I have 100 ashtrays on display in my house. Ain't no one smoking in my house. I know. It's part of my decor.
This is vintage, but it's either napkins, letter holders, or whatever. Yeah. And the bottom is made out of like plaster of Paris, but it's got the seashells and a piece of coral in there. You guys paid 50 cents for that, and I'll be listing that for around $15. Okay, picked up a Tervis tumbler for 25 cents, Chase. And I sold all.
Oh, bird. Got it.
Yeah, it's a hummingbird. I mean, it's only a single, but I would probably put this up for $10, everybody, just because it was a quarter.
One of which lady said ashtrays as hors d'oeuvre servers are the new trend. So make sure to clean them. I
like that. That is such a cool idea. Just another little thing that Mommy's going to be keeping. Can you see that though, Jason? Yeah. It's a mirror, you know, and it does have a stand if you want to stand the mirror. And I found this vintage cocktail shaker. It's a nice one.
Cool.
You know, usually you find the shorter ones, Jason, like up to the and this is the nice big tall one.
That is for multiple drinks all at once.
Yeah. So I like this one. And this one here, Mom paid this was 75 cents. Oh, got out of my quarter range. So this was 75 cents. Yeah, I'm gonna list
three quarters.
I'm gonna list that for $25. We ran across these at the estate sale. I haven't had a chance to clean them up yet.
Of course you did.
3, and they're the metal ones, you guys. TV trays, 3 for $5, and I will be listing these for $80, everybody. Okay, and again, when we ship these, they are shrink wrapped. Okay.
Yeah, Heather said make sure you can remove the lid on the cocktail shaker. I once had one that we were making cocktails. The lid got stuck, and we Googled and we tried everything we read on Google. Heat it up, cool it down. We could never get the lid off. We said to chuck it. So
yeah, mine's in good condition. Then I picked up this is a 4-piece set.
Oh wow!
Yeah, isn't this a cute one? I mean, I love this. It's milk glass snack set. It's got the matching. Here, wait a minute. Let me get this around. Sorry, everybody. Got the cup and the matching tray, and so I paid $4.20 for 4. And Mommy's going to list this for about $40, Jason, because this is really nice. Really nice. Okay. Now, after we went to the estate sale yesterday, we popped into Savers because we were having their 50% off sale. And, you know those carts that come out and you need to go to the carts right away that someone talked about on his webinars last week? Well, Mom saw the cart coming, and I looked over quickly just to see what was on. And I found this ship in a bottle. And it was 50% off day. So
more importantly, did you scream like a banshee like I told you to and run over there?
I didn't.
Come on, Ma. You got to do the whole process.
I didn't.
Come on, Ma.
But I didn't. But this is a good find, everybody. We did our homework, and instead of the $6.99, it was $3.50. In fact, actually, Dad did the homework on this one because he really likes it. I don't always know. I think he'll let me sell it. But this is a John Hagen and Company from Scotland. The ship in the middle is the USS Constitution, 1797. The liquor is Robin Hood's Bay, and it's in a pinch bottle. So it's got all three of those are the variable factors that make it worth the money. I paid $350. This will be listed for $139 on the new cart that just came out, everybody. So there are deals at Savers. Everybody complains, oh, the prices are too high. Well, you just got to look. You know, they're there, as we always say. Okay. Anybody remember these? Vintage crayons? Can you see that, Jason?
Oh, geez. I was answering one of my admins. I didn't expect to look up and see a giant crayon.
It's the bank, okay? And we paid $2 for this, and I'm listing this for $30, Jay. It's a 1988 on this
Sweet, I like it. Yeah. By the way, everybody, I always forget to say this up front. Anything in the haul, whether it's this show or my show where I do my thrift hauls, if you see something that you like and you cannot live without, we'll be happy to cut you a deal straight up and get it shipped off to you right away. If you saw my haul last week, I found a beater lack blanket with horses on it. Never made it to eBay. Someone watched the show, said, I need that for my wife. It's a surprise. Don't tell her, because I know the wife too. Shipped it off. Wife loves it. So if you need a giant pink crayon, my mom will sell it to you directly. Message my mom or message me. We'll cut you a deal.
These next items, I sent you some pictures. We bought these at the estate sale we went to yesterday. These are retro folding chairs, everybody, with the chrome. And Dad really worked just a little hard off on these, Jason. I love the lime green seats. And they're actually padded. They have a little padding on them. And they are gorgeous. I know how we're going to ship these. You know, just like we ship everything else that's big. And I am adjusting my prices, you guys. I know we've talked about the change with FedEx Smart Post. I do compare between FedEx Smart and Priority. And most of the stuff has to go out Priority now. But these are beautiful chrome chairs from mid-century modern. And we paid $10 for the pair. And I'm listing these for $80, guys. And they are really nice.
All right. So Dad cleaned them up.
Yes. So if you can, I don't know if you can zoom in at all on the chrome. Dad worked on getting the chrome, clean and shiny because they were in.
There's the underneath.
Yeah. And he did a heck of a job. If you can.
All right. So this is the before. So look at the chrome.
Yeah, especially down. Yeah, you can see how bad it is there.
And then there's the after. Bam! Look at that.
Isn't that great?
That's an infomercial right there. It slices, it dices, it cleans your chrome before and after. And then here's the before on the bottom.
Yeah, show the bottom because there's a huge difference on that.
I'm sorry, I don't have to use in the right order. Okay, so there's the bottom before.
Mm-hmm. Can you show the very bottom of the chrome on the floor? Can you get to that?
Oh, there. That's the before. Okay.
There you go.
So there's the before.
And
look at that.
Yeah, came out pretty good. Not bad. Not especially for the age. These are definitely probably from the 60s, Jason. You know, these are older. Now we have, and if I had a place to hang this at my house, I would be getting rid of this. This is one of those oops, wait a minute. I'm caught on my chair. Oh God, I don't know if I can get it untangled. Okay. Can you see this at all? It's a hammock chair. Can you get that, honey? And it still has the original tags that Dad took off. Oh, no, here they are. It's by, here we go. It's Cobble Mountain Hammock Company, which is one of the big fancy ones out of Vermont. And like I say, if I had a place to hang this, I would keep this at home. But we just don't have any overhanging pieces that I can use. So we are going to put that up for around $90, Jason. We paid $10 for it.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a nice piece. All right. Okay. Not anything else over. I'm going to save my albums for next week for you. Oh, I need help. I need help with this one, everybody. Okay, chat. I really need some serious help here. Found this purse. I love this purse, but I don't know what the heck to call it. I don't know if Kim's in the chat today.
No, Kim's actually thrifting with her daughter's birthday's tomorrow, and her girlfriends are out thrifting. Okay. So they're doing what you've already done.
I mean, you can see all the work. I just don't know if there's a special name for this type of design.
Yeah, that's pretty unique. And
yeah, it's in beautiful condition. I paid $350 for it. Inside's nice and clean, and it's a great purse. I'm hoping that there's a key word here, for me to use. So we'll have to check on that. Oh, and then you'll get a kick out of this, JT. How about one of these? Does anybody know what this hat is used for? Any takers in the
Being
chat?
ridiculous.
Jason, do you know what this is used for?
I have no idea.
Oh, well,
Tailgating at a Jimmy Buffett concert for sure.
Yeah, that would be good. All right, you're going to learn something new. This hat is used for fishing.
And what's the point of the long brim?
The long brim, so you can see. So the sun doesn't hit the glare, Dad says, and Dad says fishing. So I'm saying fishing hat. Okay?
There you go.
All right, now, do you remember this stuff?
Oh, yeah. I just saw some at the big garage sale yesterday.
Did you buy it?
My friend had it.
She had it for sale?
She did, and then it was Halloween, someone was writing a book on it, so they wanted it.
Ah, okay, because these do sell, guys, crinkle art. Because this is back in the day. I mean, I don't even know if they even have it anymore today, do they? Out there? I don't think so. I don't think so. So this was $1, and I'll probably put this up for $20. So there's that. Okay. And what time we got, Jason? We're
way over.
All right. Let Mommy hold on to this because I don't know how much shopping I'll be out thrifting, and I'll save the rest of the haul for next weekend. How's that?
Well, wait. Where's the big dog?
Oh well, tell them to tune in next week.
All right. So Mom went out to an estate sale for one very specific thing, and it was there, and they weren't the first ones in line, and they were convinced everyone in front of them was going for the same thing, and luckily Mom and Dad were the first to go for it. So, and boy, does it look good in their house. Woo! And I can't wait for them to die because I can get it. I mean, what?
Oh, excuse me.
Mom, my mom swore. What is happening?
Don't say that. I'm old enough as it is. At least let me hang around another 10 years.
All right, so next week we're going to do VERO Part 2, same time, same station, same day, Sunday, 8 p.m. East Coast, 5 p.m. West Coast, some past expiration date, being thrifty over 50. And we are, and then it's kind of cool. It's a special show and be thrifty over 50, number 50. See you next week.
Oh,
and then so Mom's got a really cool estate sale find that you're all going to be like, wait, that's Tiki, and I'll explain it.
Right.
But I want to say something real quick. I like this idea. Ginny in the chat said we should do a Stump the Expert show where it's either Tiki or music for Jason. Oh. And music I could do good on, but it's such a broad range. Like if you just fired a bunch of opera questions at me, I would have no clue.
Right.
But Tiki, think I'm the man. So I just told Debbie, my producer, you'll have to produce this. You'll have to have the slides, and I'll have Mom help and a couple others. But I think that will be a fun show. It won't be this show. It won't be Thrifty Business. We'll do a fun Stump the Tiki Expert show. And I'll get a cocktail recipe together for that episode, for that show, and they'll fire some pictures and maybe some music at me. That could be quite fun to see how good I really am, and that's a ballsy thing to do when you say you're an expert, because if you screw up,
Yep. Oh, I like it. All right, so we're going to have part 2 on VERO.
Yep.
My huge great find at the estate sale. Okay.
Yep.
And the rest of my haul, which I got some real goodies in here, so I was anxious to show the rest of that. Plus, I do get out shopping again this week, and I think we are good to go. Just a reminder, everybody, the Ohio meetup group meets Saturday, April 14th at Tiki Underground at 12 o'clock noon. So come join us. We've had a lot of people requested, to join our group. If you are in the area, please come. Our guest speaker will be Lily Giuseppe, and she's going to talk all about Disney for us and, bring samples and so forth. So we're really looking forward to that. She was a guest on Jason's show back in a while ago. And so we're glad to have her in our group and looking forward to our meeting.
Okay, Ma, we are 49 episodes in. You're running a meetup group for 6 months now. How about sending me a graphic and so I can have it to show?
I keep forgetting.
I know this is our first time we've ever done a show, Ma. And you just watch me show graphics for all my stuff. Where's your graphic? Where's the link for your group? Come on, Ma.
I'm sorry. I got to get used to that. I'm not used to that.
Hey, we just had our 9,000th subscriber number 9,000 to my YouTube channel. So yay! Thank you everybody for subscribing to my YouTube channel. That is awesome. But yes, Mom, you've got to come with your graphics ready to go.
I know. You see, honey, Mommy's not used to that. I got to get into that. Tiffany, come to the meeting. Yay, new person. Yay, Tiffany.
Yeah.
Look forward to meeting you.
But thank you, everyone. This was a great show. Based on this is the biggest audience we ever had for the show. Vero, something you want to hear about? I didn't think it would go as long as it did, and we got way more to cover, so I can't wait to do part 2. So something kind of different and unique. And we're going to get the Stump the Tiki Expert show up and running. I got an idea of a team I'll put together to help Debbie create the slides. And I am so excited to see how my skills match up with what people think. That's going to be fun. And we'll do it at nighttime. I'll make a specific cocktail for the show for those of you who like to drink or like to drink rum. So that should be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. I like it.
All right, cool. I got to go because more of you need to get in the secret beach. So I got to go add you guys. So that's it. So for being thrifty over 50 and for selling past your expiration date, being thrifty over 50, I'm Jay.
I'm Peg. Thanks everybody for watching. Have a good week.
And we're gone. Bye-bye.